indeed, it's a big honor for me to make a short statement here today in this very important gathering. We are here to launch the second phase of a project that is on animal welfare. The project is a tri-party project between the animal welfare advocates of the Gambia, veteran Utan Gransa Swaria, that is Veterinary Without Borders of Sweden, and Dr. Buba Baji, a Gambian based in Sweden. So it's a tri-party agreement between these three. We are in the second phase of the implementation of this project. The first phase has been successfully implemented, and it has brought very big changes in the way animal welfare advocacy is conducted in this country. First of all, I want to say that our choice of the National Nutrition Agency as the trainers for this workshop is not just accidental, it has been deliberately done. National Nutrition Agency has done something that people thought was impossible, making exclusive breastfeeding to stay in this country. When they started, there was 0% for exclusive breastfeeding in the Gambia. Today they have registered 48% exclusive breastfeeding. So a big kudos to National Nutrition Agency. The reason why they were able to do that is because of the effective use of social behavior change communication. Imagine going to a rural village in the Gambia and telling them that they should not give anything to their babies except breast milk for 6 months. That was almost impossible to imagine. I remember during one of the trainings here, Malan gave us a very interesting story when one of their field workers started to talk to a lady about exclusive breastfeeding, and they said this guy is a liar, that how can a baby survive 6 months without water, only on breast milk. The lady's husband was in fact an imam, but eventually they used the SBCC strategy, and then the imam himself became an advocate for the technique because he has seen it has worked. And even in one of his khutbahs, he mentioned about the advantages of exclusive breastfeeding. They were able to win the people who support the network. And since after our training, I am pleased to say that we have also changed the way we conduct advocacy in the Gambia. Before, it was us going around in the country, bringing people, telling them animal welfare is good, you have to adopt animal welfare for you, for your animal. But now the things have changed. We have decided to take another approach because of the training we have from them. We have also established animal welfare friendly schools in this country. Just the way they have established very friendly communities, we have also established animal welfare friendly communities. So we are taking from their footsteps, and we have seen a lot of progress. It was 225 people who were trained. Now we are going to continue training, and in this training we are going to train another 50 people. So we hope people will definitely take the message from here. We want a paradigm shift in the way advocacy is done, and this training we think is the way forward. We thank the Nana people for coming to offer their support. This organization is a poor one, but they did not have interest in that. What they want is to support us, and we must mention that in public and say our gratitude to both Fatu and Malam Kopana, who has been helping us over the years. So a big thank you to the National Nutrition Agency. I also want to say something about the University of the Gambia, in particular Dr. Yakadia and Dr. Philip. Dr. Fati and Dr. Philip. Dr. Fati is an advocate of animal welfare, a very passionate animal welfare advocate. He has never been absent in any program that has been organized when it comes to animal welfare, always active and in the forefront. So a big thank you. Dr. Philip here has done so much in making sure that animal welfare is taken to another level. He and his team, Musaba and others, have worked very hard in ensuring that animal welfare has now come to stay at UPG. It is officially part of the curriculum for some key courses that are going to be introduced very soon. They will have a bachelor's degree program in veterinary science as well as a bachelor's degree in animal production. So in both courses, animal welfare will be a mandatory component, which is very much in line with the OIE standard when it comes to the Day 1 curriculum of the veterinary profession. OIE has included animal welfare in the Day 1 curriculum, and universities and institutions all over the world who want to comply with OIE standards are therefore going along those lines. So we thank you all for that initiative, and we hope the UTG will be among those institutions that will be doing very well in terms of international standards, because our products work all over the world. So we want to produce people who would not have problems to get their certificate given due recognition in the different fields of study, not only in one area of study, but in all the areas of study that are offered at the university. So one way of doing that is to comply with such standards of education. So we think the UTG is moving in the right direction towards that. A big thank you to Gambia College. Gambia College is the champion of animal welfare in the Gambia. It is Gambia College that really embraced animal welfare. When we started, it was Gambia College, and they are the ones that are leading when it comes to animal welfare education. The animal welfare people across the country are products of Gambia College. Even my UTG students are also Gambia College products. They are as well Gambia College products who have completed their study at Gambia College and then move on to the UTG to pursue further education. We were introduced to the Veterinary Without Borders by Dr. Buba Baji, an animal welfare advocate based in Sweden. Dr. Buba Baji was my schoolmate at Gambia High School. We attended Gambia High School. We both did our ordinary level and advanced level at Gambia High School. And it did not stop there. We went to the former Soviet Union and studied veterinary medicine. And then we all happened to end up in the Ukraine. We all studied in Ukraine. After the completion of our studies, he went to Sweden and continued studying there. He is somebody who has done veterinary medicine 2 times. I have not seen anybody like that. Buba studied and completed as a doctor of veterinary medicine in Ukraine, and he started in Sweden the same program. He studied again and completed. So he has this degree of veterinary medicine in 2 different universities. He did the same course research, and that makes Buba a special one among the veterinary doctors. Buba has supported animal welfare so much. I don't think the animal welfare advocates have got any support more than that given to us by Dr. Buba Baji. Even our relationship with Jaliba Fiate was engineered by his personal relationship with Dr. Buba Baji. So Dr. Buba Baji is 50% providing all the funding for our project with the Swedish Without Borders. And the Swedish Without Borders is providing the other 50%. So really, we cannot thank him. He doesn't want us to say what he has been doing for us. He said, just go and make sure you implement whatever you tell us that you want to implement. I don't want my name to be mentioned in anything. But at times we feel duty bound that we cannot keep quiet when somebody is doing something. So we feel that we should mention it. Thank you very much. Together we will improve animal welfare in the Gambia.
Thank you so very much, Advisor Dr. Keba Tafe, for giving that roller coaster description of the situation. Indeed, this is what is happening. Our relationship with Veterinary Without Borders and Dr. Buba Baji is not a bad one.
Now, we've come to the mighty SBCC. Wherever you see it, with regards to this, its meaning, social and behavioral change, communication. So it's saying the definition of SBCC is a systematic, application of interactive. It can be theory-based, but more importantly, research-driven. Communication processes, strategies to address change. That change is behavior change. At individual level, community level, or even societal level, isn't it? You want to change the behavior of individuals, you want to change the behaviors of communities, and you want to change the behavior of society itself, isn't it? There are bad behaviors that we see, and we want to change them, isn't it? And in changing those behaviors, sometimes you need to change an individual. But you don't only stop at an individual. The community itself, you want them to adopt those good behaviors. At a larger stage, you want the whole country to have those good behaviors, isn't it? There are examples of them. Look at waste management. For example, where we throw our waste. Sometimes it's in the middle of the town, where we don't want it to be there. That's what people are changing. You see, they will put two donkeys together, carrying one car. Sometimes I meet them in the traffic. I said, okay, these ones are beginning to see the sense. And he mentioned it, animals have feelings. And we as black, we don't communicate with our animals. That's why you go to the Western wall, your dog is your dog. He knows the dog is man's best friend. The dog does everything for you. You know why? From when they are puppies, you start talking to them. They know everything about them. Have you seen dogs saving their own masters? In times of need, in risky situations, they save you. You think if you are not treating them well, they will save you. They will leave you there. You hit me every day, you think I will help you. When I see you in need, I won't. Yeah.
Something is related about sensitization for the president. I had a scenario from Ghana that they went for sensitization about this person.
Yeah.
Then they made a guy who had a cabbage. So they related their sensitization on the pulse in the blood or in the heart. Then they told the man that if you happen to see any of your cow has your cow, you observe the cow very well, whether the cow at that age is drinking water or not. You see, and the man practices it, he doesn't
see them drinking water.
Then he related it to the human also. Then he observed that yes, this is something which is family.
You are very right. And this is why in our advocacy, if you talk about exclusive breastfeeding, it's the fullest who understand it more than any of the tribes. Because they always relate it to the cow and the calf. Yeah? And even us who buy milk, at certain time of the year, you buy milk, there is plenty water. And sometimes you think my husband, your uncles, they have added water. No. Because there is a lot of water in milk. Or during the rainy season when the grass is very soft. The water content is very high. In addition to their milk, the water in the milk, the content becomes very high. Am I not right?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Modu Dumbia, the President of Animal Welfare Advocate Association, the Gambia. Today, we concluded training of 50 animal welfare advocates who successfully completed the SBC training, that is social behavior and change and communication skill. So this training is geared towards enhancing communication skill among animal welfare advocates so that they will be able to go into the field and sensitize the farmers appropriately the best way. So having this important communication skill is of paramount for animal welfare advocates, simply because animal welfare advocates are sensitizers. They ensure that the farmers get the best animal welfare messages from animal welfare. So therefore, having this SBC training, that is social behavior and communication skill, is important. Today we just concluded the training, and they are all prepared. So the 50 animal welfare advocates are well prepared to face the farmers in the field, to sensitize them on animal welfare. So the country is very soon going to be safe. So this project is being sponsored by Veterinary Without Borders from Sweden, with Dr. Buba Baji, who is 50% project sponsor of the animal welfare. So he sponsor 50% of the, and Veterinary Without Border also 50 sponsor the other 50%. So they all together, I thank them for putting their fund, their efforts, their knowledge into animal welfare. Today they led us to where we are, and we are so much grateful to them. Thank also goes to Dr. Keba Dafa, the advisor of animal welfare advocates, so who is also the knowledge bank of animal welfare advocates here in the Gambia College and the University of Gambia. So all the advocates that are here are being trained by Dr. Keba Dafe on animal welfare advocate. So we also thank DLS, Department of Livestock Services, from the top, from the director to the last person. We thank them all for their great support. We thank Gambia Horse and Donkey Trust. From the director to the last person, we thank them for the great support that they are rendering animal welfare.